Hello, and welcome to Penn State Draft Night. I'm Joe Murphy, and today we're going to be discussing some of the key Penn State prospects for the 2018 draft. After that, we're going to share our predictions for the upcoming draft. Alongside me are Devi Davis and Jabari Butler. Guys, let's get started. How are you doing today?
Doing pretty well this morning, Joe. How are you?
Doing very well.
I'm doing well. It's been a nice morning, but now we're going to get started on Marcus Allen, a competitor and a hard-hitting safety on the field who could put up some great tackling numbers here at Penn State. Allen is a guy who played a lot of time here in Happy Valley. So what do you think his greatest strength is going into this upcoming draft?
Well, I think Marcus's greatest strengths are obviously his size and his physicality. 6'2", 205 pounds. He's a player a safety that you could put in the box, as well as having him come down and fill the running lanes for opposing defenders. So he's definitely a physical safety and somebody that will be drafted and used for his strengths inside the box to fill the running game.
Truthfully, I believe something about Marcus that not a lot of teams or a lot of people in that respect think about is his energy and his personality. All throughout this past year, when people think about Marcus, a lot of fans loved him just for his energy and the person he was. Marcus is the type of person that can bring energy and just hype to a team and just make the team be ready for the game. So I think that going into the draft, whatever team picks up Marcus, they're going to have that same hype come with him, where he can bring energy to a team and get them ready for a game, where the locker room is just always like a party pretty much. So I believe that's one of his best aspects.
The man known as Chico. Where is he going to be going in this NFL draft? Is he going to go high, low, in the middle? What do you guys think?
Well, I have Marcus going fourth round. I think he's the team that chooses him is going to choose him for his strengths, and that is being physical on the run game and coming in and laying the boom on running backs and receivers. One of his weaknesses to me is covering the pass. So the team that picks him has to have a type of defense to where that his strengths can be utilized, and I think that he'll go be a solid fourth round pick for a team.
Truthfully, I believe that Marcus will probably go in the third round. Coming into the draft, Marcus, he was a person that had to work on his speed, because a lot of draft analysts, they were a little scared because they thought he was slow and they thought he couldn't cover anyone. But through intense training, he proved that he's not a slow defender. I think he trained down south and he came back for pro day and he ran around a 4.6 or a 4.5. So proving that he's not slow. He trained and now he can play faster. So I believe that improved his draft stack, and I believe that his draft stock. Apologies, but I believe he'll go third round.
Moving on to the offensive side of the ball, to Mike Gesicki, a multi-sport talent playing basketball, volleyball, and football in high school. He exploded onto the scene in 2016 during the Temple game, making an infamous one-handed catch. Gesicki's only gone up since then. What makes him such a dangerous talent on the field?
I think what makes Mike so great on the field is his catching ability, leaping ability, and his deep threat potential for a team. So that's 6'5", 230, played volleyball and basketball in high school. I think that Mike's ability to catch the deep ball is what sets him apart in this draft. The team that chooses him will use him similar to the way the Patriots use Gronk, as a real receiving threat and somebody that could stretch the field as a tight end, and will be a mismatch for linebackers and safeties alike because of his deep ball and catching and leaping ability.
Bouncing off of that, and how he can be a deep ball threat, is his speed. This dude he's kind of like a monster. He's huge. When you think of tight ends in the NFL or college alike, you think of a big, kind of slow, clunky guy that just gets in the open, catches the ball, runs over a couple people, and gets tackled. But that's not Mike. This dude can stretch the field. He runs a 4.5. There's not a lot of tight ends in the NFL or college that can really do that. The dude's fast. So pretty much, I believe he's such a great player because not only he's a big person that can go up and get the ball, he can get down the field fast. He can get into the end zone and be there before most linebackers. So I believe that's a great asset for Mike Gesicki. He's going to make a difference because of that.
A guy that I thought looked a lot like Jimmy Graham, not as good of a blocker, but a great receiving threat. Where does the potentially next Jimmy Graham go in this year's draft?
I got Mike going second round. I think that team will be able to use him as similar to a Rob Gronkowski, a great receiving threat, a team that will be able to add. He'll be able to come into an offense and make an instant impact, and be able to allow create a new dynamic to an offense by being able to stretch the field with his abilities.
Yeah, agreeing with that. I believe he'll go in the second round. Because of his speed, his athleticism, how high he can jump, I believe Mike can play in various positions where he can actually make like a really big difference. So I believe he'll go second because there's not a lot of people in the league that can really stick him because he's so fast and he's dynamic. Linebackers aren't going to really be able to match up with him, so mismatch is going to be the biggest problem for people defending against Mike Gesicki.
Yeah, I saw one mock draft, have him going 16th overall to the Ravens, and Ozzie Newsome's latest draft. Don't know if he will go that high, but time will tell. We're going to take a commercial break here. When we return, we're going to talk. We'll be right back after these commercials.
What's the first thing you think of when somebody says Coca-Cola? Probably the regular Coke in the red can. Well, it should be Coke Zero. Regular Coke is absolutely horrible for you, and Diet Coke is so bad, even Coke knows it. They're trying to mask the taste with horrible fruit flavors. Ew, what even is that? So when you think of Coca-Cola, your first thought should be Coke Zero. Great Coke taste without any calories or sugar. So be a hero, drink Coke Zero.
Kids, are you tired of your parents buying boring cereal? Parents, are you tired of your kids wasting cereal? Well, they won't waste this one, so throw away the Raisin Bran and get some Oreo Minis. The newest nutritional breakfast that will get your day started off right. They have just enough sugar to give kids energy to last through the school day and crash as soon as they get home. Simply fill up your bowl with Oreo Minis, pour in some low-fat milk, and enjoy.
Welcome back to Penn State Draft Night. I'm Joe Murphy, and joined alongside me are Desi Davis and Jabari Butler. And guys, talking about Penn State, you know this guy's going to come up, Saquon Barkley. Ever since the third game in 2015, we took over the starting role. He's been nothing but a beast, over 1,000 yards in every single year he's played. He's shot up to the top of the boards basically since the beginning of the year, and everyone has seen why. After he dominated his competition in college, what do you think he's going to do in the NFL to dominate?
Well, Saquon Barkley is a talent that doesn't come around often. Size, speed, he got 6 feet, 230 pounds, runs a 4.4, incredibly quick, explosive player. He could run the ball, he could catch the ball, he runs great routes, he's dynamic, he's a home run threat every time he gets the ball in his hands. The team that gets him his offense is going to instantly be changed.
Very true.
Instantly, it's going to be changed. He's gonna add a whole new dimension to a team's offense, and he's just the overall just beast. He's pretty much impossible to tackle in the open field. He could run around you. He could run through you. He could jump over you. He could pass. He could pass. He could do a touchdown pass to another top prospect, Deshaun Hamilton, this year. So he could do it all, and I expect him to go very, very early in the first round, very early, either top 5 pick for sure. He's not making it out the top 5.
That's for sure.
So yeah, he's going to make an instant impact on the team's offense, and he's going to be a very special player wherever he goes. So I'm excited to see what he does, and I'm excited to see what happens on draft night.
Yeah. When you think about Saquon, you think about, is this man even human or is he Superman? I mean, obviously people make jokes, he's super Saquon, but truthfully, he's just something that's not real. I remember just watching him being on the sidelines because I played defense with Jabari, just watching him. Every time he gets this ball, you're like, ooh, what's going to happen? Is he going to score? He's literally type of threat. No matter when he touches the ball, he's probably going to end up in the end zone. So it's kind of like something like you don't really see every day. Saquon is truthfully something like, how do you defend against him? Like, he's quick, he's fast, he's strong, and then truthfully, he might stiff arm you, he might jump over you, he might juke you, he might run around you. Because truthfully, and I remember in the Fiesta Bowl, all he had to do was just run straight, and then he just burned everyone like to the sideline. So there's not really a good way you can really stop Saquon unless you just constantly practice against Saquon. And even then, he'll probably make you look silly anyway. But yeah, his greatest asset is that he's just a overall just great running back. He has like one great asset. All of his assets are great. So I believe that Saquon will go like top 5. He won't make it off the draft board fast 5, but truthfully, Saquon is like the best running back in the country, and like he's gonna go number 1 or 2.
Saquon Barkley easily going top 5. So where in the top 5 will he fall?
I got him going to the Giants 2nd round. I think the Giants are going to take the best player in the draft, and they're going to let Eli Manning play his final years as a Giant, and then allow Davis Webb to be the successor to Eli's QB throne. So I think the Giants are going to take him 2nd overall.
Yeah, agreeing with that. Yeah, the Giants are going to take him 2nd overall. Truthfully, because he's the type of threat that could go 1. He could go number 1 overall, but because of the Browns and what they need a quarterback this year. They're not going to take Saquon, I don't believe. So I believe he will go number 2 overall. And I feel like because he's been hanging out with Odell Beckham a lot, like on social media, like in New York, I feel like they're kind of like hinting towards it. But yeah, I believe he will go 2 overall.
So after looking at some of these premier prospects from Happy Valley, let's go back and look at the draft as a whole. Who are some people that may slide into the 1st round despite analysts being against them?
One person that I've been saying is Lamar Jackson. He's a Heisman Trophy winner, and he's a talent that is just incredible. He's got speed. He can throw the ball. He's a home run threat. He can create. He can create big plays with his feet. He's maneuverable in the pocket, and I think he'll slide. I think the Patriots are looking for a successor to Tom Brady, and Bill Belichick was saying that there'd be nobody better to take Tom Brady's place than a player like Lamar Jackson because of his ability to extend plays and to be accurate with the football.
Truthfully, I think somebody that's a sleeper cell is Troy Apke because, truthfully, he exploded at NFL Combine Day when he ran at 4.35, and yeah, truthfully, he's just been an all-star overall, and he's someone like no one really thinks about, so he'll be great inside the draft.
To close out the show, let's take a look at Desi and Jabari's top 5 board for this year. Got a little differences in it. We're going to start off with the first pick, a couple of California kids, Rosen versus Darnold. Again, the other one going to the Jets. And then the 4th spot's more interesting. We're just going to start at the top of the board. Rosen over Darnold. You guys played against Sam Darnold, so that's probably why I thought you guys would more like think he was going to be the top player.
Right. Well, I played against Josh Rosen in high school, and he's just an incredible talent. He's got great size. He can maneuver in the pocket. He's accurate with his throws. I think he's more of an accurate quarterback. He's more accurate than Sam Darnold. He can make the deep throw. He's very accurate with the deep ball. And I think overall, looking at his skill set, I think he's the best quarterback in this draft. And I think he'll know number 1 to the Cleveland Browns.
Yeah, I think I'm going to have to disagree with you on that. I believe Sam Darnold's the best quarterback in the draft right now. Even like from just playing against him with experience, we played against him in the Rose Bowl last year. He's kind of like person like just creates nothing he creates something from nothing. He's kind of like a ninja, and he can just like maneuver. He's like Houdini. He just makes things happen. So I believe he's a better quarterback overall.
You guys said the difference between Chubb and Ward. You went with the corner, one of your more positions. You went with more of the defender. What's the difference between you guys? Why do you think they're going to go with maybe more of a pass rusher, or they're going to go with the cover corner guy?
Well, I think that they definitely need an edge rusher, and I think that a defensive end makes an instant impact to a team's defense, forcing the quarterback to make quicker throws and allowing the pressure to be put on the quarterback. And having a great defensive end just makes everybody's job easier on defense. So I think the Browns will go ahead and choose a defensive end in the draft to go along with Myles Garrett. And
Well, truthfully, I believe that since Joe Hayden has been really a great cornerback that's coming into the Browns, so I believe that bringing in Denzel Ward will change that dynamic, and because he's such a great cover corner that he's going to help change the defense overall. And I think that the Browns will pick up a later DN to change the dynamic for the defense.
Well, that will do it with us here at Penn State Draft Night. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you want more draft coverage, tune in to Penn State's COMM Radio's coverage of the NFL Draft on April 26th, live from AT&T Stadium in Arlington. Have a good night.